Then there is this massive homosexual.
CTC is here to watch. We are here to watch. Clowntown Chronicle. Here to watch. We see you through the chaos and the fall. We are here to watch. Every twist, every turn, every laugh we discern. We stay right here, ever to learn. We are here to watch. Clowntown Chronicle. Here to watch. CTC is here to watch. We are here to watch. Through the madness, through the night. We are here to watch. Clowntown Chronicle. Smiling bright. We are here to watch. Clowntown Chronicle. We are here to watch. Clowntown Chronicle.
Welcome back to the Clowntown Chronicle, a show where we laugh at slop and stuff, and I frequently get abandoned by my co-hosts, which happened this week. Once again, the cowards, they just had enough, man. They came along and they were like, Aaron, no CTC this week. And so all day long on my usual recording day, I was just suffering in total agony. Because I was like, I guess there's no show this week. And then I found somebody to step in, unwillingly, I will add. How you doing, boss?
Aaron, is that you? What's going on? The last thing I remember, I was asleep in my mansion, and now I'm tied to a chair in what looks like a very poorly funded podcast studio. What's going on?
Well, buddy, welcome to the Slap Mines. You're in my town now, bud.
Aaron, you don't have to do this. So, hey, look, when I talk about genociding your entire species, I mean, I was mostly joking. You know, I mean, we only killed like about 100 million of your people. It's you've got to take a broad general view of these things. It's not important about like who genocided who and who invaded like whose planet and who enslaved who. I mean, you know, you're like, come on, buddy. I mean, look at the state of this studio. You can't expect me to work under these conditions. I don't even have my child slaves with me.
We don't. Hang on a second. I got to talk to the producer. We didn't get you a small Indian boy. We did double up your Mucomax. I can hear it in your voice.
Yes, I have been maxing. As a matter of fact, I've got I think it's my delicate Eurocuck physique cannot handle the power of American air conditioning, because I don't know. I like wake up. I got this chesty cold. On the other hand, it will be a great opportunity to try, you know, and experiment with new flavors of Mucomax. Right? There's a very particular shade of green that I think the marketing department is just going to love. I made it myself.
Oh, what's the flavor?
It's kind of a. We're still working on that.
Oh,
but I think salty phlegm is what we're going to go with.
Salty phlegm.
Yes,
I gotta say that sounds exquisite. Maybe we could add a touch of Robitussin in there, or I don't know, maybe even some.
I was thinking about adding like cake sprinkles, actually, right? To just give it that sort of like crunchy, particulate sort of like texture. So it'll be like chewy with bits of like crunch.
Oh, so it'd be like one of those like $9 lattes that Miss Producer likes so much. Yeah.
Does she drink those like crazy Starbucks, like Catonic horror in a cup?
No, she thankfully gets her horrors from a local coffee shop populated by Hoosiers, believe it or not, which is
Hoosiers?
You don't know what a Hoosier is?
Oh, you mean that? I can't figure out whether you're talking about Canadians or that group of like Chinese Muslims.
No, Hoosiers are people from Indiana. Oh man.
Oh, like Hoosiers, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not down with the lingo.
I bet you've been in America how long and you haven't heard of Hoosiers yet? I'm ashamed that nobody has brought you up to speed on this. My people,
I have
sorry.
not. No, I'm afraid not. I have not heard of the Hoosiers. I mean, I have heard of Hooters. Oh, actually, a little aside, it's like really funny. In the city where I am, OPSEC, there's this strip club like downtown, right? And the reason why I noticed it is like when you drive by it, it looks like a CIA black site because there's no windows or anything. It's just this like prefab building. It looks like it's been like dropped from orbit and doing like torture experiments or something. Oh my God.
Dude, that's just most buildings in the Midwest. What's not a strip mall is actually a CIA black site. You heard it here first.
Oh, I see. I see.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you filling in here on CTC. I mean, I know the boys are going to be happy that I got someone good, instead of some, I don't know. I was thinking about hiring like a crackhead downtown Milwaukee, but.
Welcome to this podcast. When do I get my crack?
After the show, buddy, we gotta save up a little of that natural energy for the slop I've got in store for you here, because
but honestly, I feel I'd do a much better job if you gave me the crack before the show. I'm just saying,
Perhaps, maybe, you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe if we get into a little bit of this, a little bit of what I've got in store here. Maybe that
could I just say beforehand though, it is a pleasure to be here, Aaron. Like I have been a long time listener of your show. Well, I mean since you and I made contact, it is part of my weekly rotation for Monday gym time, and I wish your show the best of success and in many views, and cuddly puppies and all that kind of stuff.
That's great. I mean, as long as we keep doing clown-based life forms and keep covering things like the pineapple Kool-Aid or the Kool-Aid pineapple spears, I don't think we're gonna have to worry at all about people coming over here for even more slop.
The slop is endless. God bless the slop. It runs through the world like water through a buffalo.
It's something like that. How about this? So first of all, you went shooting today, right?
I did, yes.
What'd you shoot?
It was rainy and cold, and the AR we had didn't fucking like work properly for some fucking reason. We got a couple of mags through it, and then something like messed up on it. It would fire like one round and then just jam like over and over and over. So Palmetto State Armory. Looking at you right there, buddies.
So it was just an AR?
Yeah, it was just an AR.
Oh, man.
Though he did have a foregrip, which I goddamn hate.
I thought you might have brought one of like your pirate blunderbusses or something from across the ocean,
I'm afraid not. It's very illegal, and I don't have a license. I tried to get a license, but they wouldn't give me a pre-license to even get the license. And then when I appealed against the licensing decision, I was told I was racist. So I'm now on my way to jail for racism, for daring to question the government. It's a bit of a to-do. I'll tell you what.
I wanted to show you some of the wonders that our country has to offer you.
Awesome.
This is a Dollar General in Appalachia. I've never seen one of these myself. So maybe we'll be learning something together about this gigantic country full of freedom and heroes and McDonald's. Yeah.
Come with me to go to the self-serve Dollar General on Eagle's Nest in the Appalachian. Here's the front door, and you just enter your card information. It'll ask if you would like a receipt.
You just scan your card and you can go right in.
Wow.
It doesn't even scan your face or take a cross section of your hand or sample your hair. Nothing like that.
All right. Mm-hmm. I gotta ask a question here. Appalachia is known for being a highly diverse part of the US. Yes, a traditionally black state. Yeah, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't want to think that these kinds of arrangements like anything to do with like the population of the people that live there or anything. You know?
Oh no. Right. I would never suggest such a thing on this family show.
This family show.
Seat. And then the door opens. And then you have all the goodies in here.
Look at how organized it all is.
You know, people say that, you know, America is about the Statue of Liberty and his gorgeous man jaw and stuff like that. But to me personally, right, the heart of America is in its service stations, in its petrol stations. I don't know, for some weird reason, right? There's nothing quite as American as like, you know, a petrol station in Tennessee. You know what I mean? Manned by some like old like white dude. I don't know, man. It's just, you know, it's just something beautifully wholesome about it.
There was a dude around here, old white dude. He used to fill in when the Indians went back home. I'm not kidding. Like, I wish I was just making that up and, you know, making a joke. That's literally what he did, because I went in there one night and I was like, hey, here's my stuff. And he's like, how you doing today, partner? I'm like, what state are we in? Like, he sounded like a full blown, like, old world Texan in the middle of Wisconsin. And so we basically became buddies. And he told me he worked for the government for 45 years and he was just doing this to, you know, make some extra cash and that sort of thing. And then
go on.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you must have been very scared being in the presence of a white person. Were you not afraid for your life?
No. Here's what I'll tell you though: the gas station he absolutely did not run it. I could tell immediately before he even told me he was just filling in, because, you know, it's just vape pens and THC and CBD stuff, like candies and like snacks all over the place. It was a mess. And then when he left, it actually looked a little better. So then the craziest thing happened. I go 2 towns over like 2 years later and I walk in and there he is again in a different gas station. And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, I never thought I'd see you over here. How's it going, partner? I'm like, damn, you know what? We could have this all the time. But we don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Goodies in here, mainly everything that a Dollar General would basically have. They got a good select of frozen stuff and refrigerator stuff. Must I add, it's open 24/7.
Of course it is. Look at all that.
I'm jelly. I'm honestly really, really jelly. You know, in London, if it's like 3 a.m. and I need something, I'm shit out of luck. Like, that's it. You know, no.
You don't have a 24-hour Dollar General kiosk you can go in.
Do not. No.
You know, it's funny is like on this show we make fun of things like this because it's just like future slop or whatever. But now that I'm talking to you while looking at this, I just feel blessed to be here.
I know. It's like, God bless the kitschy slop.
Yeah, I think I told you this already, but I was just casually replacing the battery in a holographic sight the other day, and I was like, damn, I just take this shit for granted. It's something else when you know somebody on the other side of the woke curtain over there.
Do they sell ammunition? Is the question.
Oh, here? I wouldn't be totally surprised if they did. But
nice.
Yeah, dude, look at this. Oh man. You can't have this everywhere. So yeah. That's one of the many wonderful treats I had to show you from the American front. You want to see some more?
Yes. Absolutely.
How about this? This is the Subdog.
So
Are
you mean the Glizzie?
the Glizzie? I was trying to decide if it was a sizzy or a dizzy. I don't know.
A Subizzy, perhaps.
Yeah. 1,280 calories of pure American glory right there, buddy.
So apparently Subway now has foot-long hot dog, and obviously I went to go try it. Because like, what? So basically it's like a build-your-own Subway sandwich. You can choose any bread, and then they put a foot-long beef hot dog.
And does that look like a... What color is that? That's not a normal color.
That honestly looks very unhealthy. Did that cow like have some kind of like systemic blood disease?
Yeah, it sure looks like a part of a cow.
You've never had black pudding, have you, Aaron?
No, the one time I went to the UK, they were like, "You gotta try black pudding, American," and I'm like, "No, I know somewhat of the secret of what that is. I don't want to know anymore." They're like, "Well, you gotta try it."
It's actually pretty good. I mean, you don't eat like a whole honking sausage of it. You just have like a small slice with your breakfast. But you know, it's nice.
Is it like that? What is that stuff they have in Australia? It's like a spread.
Vegemite.
Now I heard that Americans do that all wrong. They go over and they slather it all over there like it's a bagel and cream cheese. I heard you're only supposed to use a teeny tiny bit.
No, Vegemite is very, very strong. You only use like a little bit unless you're, some kind of like psycho. Do you know how it's made?
No.
Well, let me tell you a story. An Australian story. You're going to love this, mate. So after they finish brewing beer, right, in the vats is left over a sort of like black slime that is all the dead yeast and various like byproducts, and they scrape it out and they put it in jars, and Australians eat it on their toast.
That sounds so American.
It's actually pretty nice. It's an acquired taste, but it's actually pretty nice. Oh man, you're fucking making me like want some Vegemite now.
I'm gonna make you hungry before this is all over.
Yeah.
So whenever you do get hungry, just think of this schlong dog.
I'm not gonna lie, but the hot dog did not look appetizing. Like, why was it so dark? Anyways.
Ebola? Is it an Ebola dog?
It's an Ebola dog. Oh man. A Glizola?
Anyways, you can put anything in it.
Sorry, I keep talking all over the clip.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I frequently interrupt my guests. My ordinary co-hosts. They're not here, so I'm doing it to you as a form of abuse.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, there is that little matter of me genociding all those people on your planet, so it's okay, right? I'll put up with a little light ribbing.
Yeah, if I play the clip over you a couple of times, that's about it. We'll call it even.
Mm-hmm.
Like they advertised ones with Dorito chips on it, and we asked for that, but they just didn't understand. So how did it taste? Exactly how you think a hot dog and a Subway bun would taste. Would I get this again? Probably not. It was just not for me. So
dude, that's nasty. No. Subway dog? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you notice that in the ad, it does not look the color of a blood clot, right? Like it looks all like red, and I mean that is fucking disturbing. The color on that Glizog, for shizzle.
Yeah. Big difference. That's a big difference.
I mean, there are a number of rather more obscene comments actually I could make about what that looks like.
I know. It's a family show.
Is it imported from India, perhaps?
Yes, that's where your small Indian boy went. I'm so sorry. They turned him into a sausage.
Sanjeev, no.
I've got other American things for you. Have you heard about the new Minions movie that's coming out? By the way,
I have not. See, this is outside of my slop zone, right? So tell me about this mass-produced piece of animated filth that is about to like vomit onto our movie screens.
Well, it's already created some controversy because it features suffragettes.
Really?
It does. Yeah. Actually, we can go and look at the trailer. I haven't watched it.
Okay.
Do you want to take a look?
Sure, man. I mean, you're driving. It's your show. Do as you will.
Let's see. It's called Minions and Monsters. All right. Here we go. It wouldn't be a proper CTC without watching some sloppy trailer.
Oh. You see those large, heavily armed men? They suspect you have killed their leader, and they want you dead.
Quick?
Okay, action!
What is
that?
I never understood. I mean, Minions is for children, yes? Of course it is.
I mean, I don't hate it so far. I gotta say, like, you know, I'd probably like watch this after I had an edible or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
It'd be what I'm like actually watching at the moment, right? Which is a like 2000s like Russian adaptation of Solzhenitsyn's Demons.
Man, yeah, when you run out of content to consume, you go for stuff like that. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was perfect! You wrote a monster movie?
Si, con pica kaiju. Arr, arr.
What are you going to use for your monster?
How you
Oh, yeah.
miso soup con gomae. Latte no
What the? What?
Oh, seriously? Okay. I'm invested now. This looks really good.
The Minions are summoning Cthulhu? That is, I did not expect that.
I did not expect that either. Okay.
I don't know
let's
what
see
I
where
was
this goes.
expecting, but I did not expect a spell book.
Daifuku! I'm free! Non li pica monstra!
Oh, it's a little Cthulhuoid. See, this is the kind of shit you would have seen back in the 1990s. I presume they actually like hired like a team that can fucking write.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, so far I'm not hating it. Like we watched one of Pixar's latest movies, Hexed or something, coming out. Oh my gosh, it was slop compared to this. What world are we living in where the Minions movie looks better than a Pixar movie?
Listen, man, it's just down to the writing team. Like, like if you've got a good writing team, it could be like literally anything. Like they could give you a couple of Matchbox and a piece of gum, and they could turn that into a fucking tour de force. It's the writing. Oh, this is what people don't get about like woke. It's because they got rid of all of the good fucking writers. Okay, and because all the writers they hired are like stupid and women, and like they do the self-insert thing. That is why every single IP since has been like trash. Because if the writing is bad, it doesn't matter how many fucking bells and whistles you put on it. It's still going to be like a turd, like dressed up with like, you know, diversity coloring.
I heard someone describe it as they put all the Mustangs in the garage so the Miatas could race.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah. And I get that feeling a lot because frequently I'll work with talented people and artists and other podcasters and that sort of thing. And I'm like, why don't you have a job doing this? Oh, right. Because they don't hire competence anymore. That's they hate it. They hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not only that, right? The number of like podcasters whom I know personally, who really they should be in government or in policy or in think tanks or like writing for like major like publications, and they either got yeeted from academia, yeeted from the media, and so they're like they pursue the one career that you can do when you can like talk shit and you've got like ideas and you can be self-employed, and that's basically like content creation. So yeah, it's in a weird sort of a way, right? The exclusion of all these people from government and policy have actually created their worst nightmare, because now all these people are in content creation, like basically giving them shit 24/7. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to swing back? Like, do you think they'll ever come out and just be, we need to hire the best people we can find again? Do you think they'll ever do that?
I mean, I thought that all these movie studios and video game studios and stuff like that had effectively infinite money, right? Because you were just seeing slop after slop after slop. And then I was like, do they have some kind of insurance scam going where like if the movie flops, they make like a ton of money? But now after, oh my God, how many years has it been now? Like when did Woke like really fucking like peak? Like 2000 and I don't know, 2021 or something like that, right? 5 years later, these companies are actually like starting to go out of business. I mean, look at what happened to Bungie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know?
When I was trying to decide on our longer topic for the second half, I thought about talking about Bungie. Because dude,
we should talk about Bungie. Because I used to be a massive fucking Destiny 2 fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they released that expansion where the main NPC was literally a Silver Surfer that looked like he'd stepped out of a New York gay bar, right? Like showing all this like belly and stuff. And I'm like, ew, I don't want to. Like the thing is, if that character had been like a hot chick, it would have been like awesome, you know? It's almost like they designed that character as a girl and then flipped it. And then the one after where the entire plot is that two of the main sort of characters at the Citadel or whatever it's called decide that they're gay, and then the whole plot is that one of them gets resurrected by the Vex, and then the other one's like, and then he's like, is it really me? Do I really love you? And that whining shit goes on for an entire expansion. And I was like, that's it, I'm out. Oh no, and there was one other subplot where like they invite all the, is it the Fallen? The Elixni, right? The aliens with like the four arms. They invite like a ton of them into the Citadel, and it's like this subplot about like how to cope with mass migration. Oh, I was just absolutely, I was like totally hooked.
Yeah, dude. No, Bungie's been crazy to watch because I was never a Halo guy. But I always had a mad respect for Halo, right?
Yeah.
I mean, pardon the pun. There was a Halo effect around it, right? Like even from a distance, you know, me with my poor boy GameCube, I couldn't play Halo. But whenever I saw somebody playing it, I just kind of watched, and you know, when I would see Master Chief, it was like, wow, that's a really cool character, and people got really into that. And then around the time Bungie really started changing and Halo started getting bad, I started to see friends around me who like grew up on the thing, totally heartbroken. And you know, it's in our cynical age, being heartbroken about a pop culture symbol like that being run through the trash, now that's cringe, right? You're not allowed to have love for a character that's being abused in this way. But back then it was totally real, right? Like it hurt, and I never, like I said, never played Halo, and when I saw all this shit about Halo going down the tubes, I genuinely felt sad.
Yeah. I mean, it hurt the first few times. And then once I realized like every single IP I loved was going that direction, I just stopped. So for example, Mrs. Fist, right? She was really into Horizon, the original Horizon, okay? Mm-hmm. And then they brought out like the second one, and the way they wrote like the main character, Aloy, was just so incredibly retarded. Like basically, there could be no character progression because she was already perfect. And she would just like basically wander through the world doing all this insane stuff and never suffer any kind of consequences, right? Even if it was like bad for the people around her. Right. Like I think she was telling me about like one mission where you go into like a village or something. For some weird reason, all the villages are like ethnically diverse in this post-apocalyptic like wasteland, and they just, right, and you go in and for some weird reason you release these like prisoners who then like go on to like kill other people, but you just don't care, and you just like wander off to the next fucking village. It's like basically like unaccountable female simulator at 2024. You know, it's insane.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm like you. It's like at a certain point you have to stop letting it hurt you because it's designed to do that. And that's the reason they do it. They make these things, and I know this because I knew these people growing up, right? Who wanted to get into writing, who liked movies, and people who thought that that casting essentially the wrong person twice for Doctor Who in a row it was a creative decision. And even back then, I'm like, no, dude, that's not what that is.
See, if you look backwards, right, with the eyes of the future, you can see where it started, right? And in the first flush, it wasn't really so bad because you didn't realize the political agenda behind it, right? Like a really good example is Deus Ex, Human Revolution, I think it's called, right? It's like set in Prague. And your sidekick is a woman of color, right? But she's not like insufferable or anything like that. I mean, there are the other questions of like, why the hell do you have a woman of color as like a frontline combat agent? But, let's just disregard that, okay? It was, but once it became like just insufferable, and I presume what happened is that when it started, they still had good writers, and they said to the good writers, okay, we need you to like shoehorn this in, okay? And the good writers were like, okay, right, we can develop like a plausible reason to have this, like woman of color in there. No, okay. But then when they got rid of all the good writers because they're all white and male, obviously, the people that replaced them were just screeching retarded harpies. Play the rest of this trailer. I kind of want to see it. This actually looks kind of good.
Well, I think that's a great point. Is like at the beginning it didn't hit so hard because it wasn't so bad. Yeah. And then it got bad, and then it was just confusing. I remember the character you're talking about in Human Revolution. She was actually she wasn't even close to bad. She was a fine character for the time.
Exactly.
She would have fit right in a 90s action movie.
Absolutely. Like, she didn't have any lines about, is it because I was black or anything like that, right? She was just, right? Like, but obviously that was not enough. Okay. Like, because the goal always was to just destroy anything that white people love, basically.
Yeah. And that's more and more obvious what it is, except I can't believe that Minions is apparently impressing me with this, because Minions was like a Zoomer meme for a long time. They all went to the Minions movie dressed to the nines. I don't know if you remember that, but
play it. I want to see the cute Cthulhu.
Stop manhandling me, you big weirdo! Whoa. So you need monsters for your movie? I know the scariest monsters. Don't be scared though. They're such good guys. Just try not to look too delicious. Huh? Let me get cuter. Padis, por favor. Oh, Chris.
Dude, okay, all right. I can't believe I'm going to say this. That actually doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, I might legit go watch that. Actually, no, it's like seriously, right? Like neck and edible, right? Grab a beer, go and watch that. Like, look. Honestly, all I want from mainstream media now is for it not to make me angry.
Yeah,
right. Like this is the thing, right? Like, particularly when you have a job like mine or yours, right, where you cover like stuff like all the time, and you can't help but notice the coded language and I mean, it's not subtle, right?
No.
Like, it's not like there's any subtlety in it anymore. If I could just see something that legit, because all the minions are yellow, aren't they? Like, how are you supposed to do race politics in a minions? I mean, I'm sure they could try, but is that the ultimate end run around DEI? They'll just make all of these like features with like non-human characters, and then when they're like, where's the diversity, you'll be like, well, what the fuck do you mean they're minions?
Exactly. I think that's why they made the Simpsons yellow, well, okay, not really, but hey, so I this is all preface to another another piece of slop. Are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Okay, but you might actually like this one. There is a official Wendy's Minions and Monsters meal.
All right.
And we've got Dude in Car to review. Okay.
Oh, Dude in Car. Mate, I love dudes in cars reviewing stuff.
I know.
What an original format. You know, really, if you think about it, Aaron, you and I should both be dudes in cars.
We should be dudes in cars.
I think it would give this show some much needed panache if we were both dudes in cars.
Dudes in cars. I think this started the review thing of doing things in your car. I'm pretty sure it started with cigarette reviewers whose wives couldn't stand that they smoked. Because the first dude in car I ever saw reviewing something was reviewing cigarettes.
I thought it started with that guy. I forget his name. He put like on a suit and slick his hair back, and he'd review like fast food meals. And it turned out he was like actually homeless, and like YouTube was like the only way he was like making a living. He had that catchphrase like, "My day is ruined. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined."
Yeah,
you know the guy I mean?
The Review Bra.
Review Bra. Yes.
Yeah, this is actually a buddy of mine. He made a whole movie about dudes in cars, but it's like a depressing kind of like drama or whatever.
I can't even believe I caught this on camera. Look at this. Someone has already bitten into this sandwich.
He made an entire movie about a dude.
Ew.
But yeah, so his main character is literally a dude in the car movie reviewer. It's a great movie. But anyway, dude in car. Here we go. Let's get to this Minions thing because we got it. We got to get the deep dive.
Check it out. Let's go. Wendy's has officially launched its highly anticipated Minions and Monsters meal. This is like the adult meal. I've already reviewed the Monsters and Minions kids meal last week, and it was pretty good. Had a little toy in there. This one, the toys are bigger, and it's still...
Wait, the grown-up one comes with a toy too?
Yeah, because everybody's a fucking grown-up child now. Because, like, since they legalized marijuana, everyone's like, oh, dude, I wish I had a toy. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. This must be the Banana Frosty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so again, this is just another build-up to the final thing here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is the Wendy's Minions and Monsters drive-through experience. I'm not...
Okay.
I'm not kidding. All right, so there's not much narration, so we'll have to talk over it. But here it is. Here's a Wendy's restaurant, and over here on the right, there's a giant Minion.
Okay.
You see this? Minion Studio. They've set up an entire like drive-through theme park ride to get your Minions meal.
So it's a theme park ride and you get food at the end.
Yeah.
But you don't have to like wait in line for like an hour and a half in the sweltering sun being like harassed by Mickey Mouse. I don't know. I feel like this might be an improvement.
Well,
honestly,
according to the story I was reading about it, some people waited 8 hours to go through this thing.
Oh, come on. You Americans, like when it comes, nothing comes between you and your slop.
It's true.
I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so check this out. They take your order. Car side, they send out their most attractive burger flipper to take your order, and then they send you on a journey. Right? Look at this. They've got lights.
It's not a journey, Aaron. It's an experience. We want every customer to be part of the Minions and Monsters experience. Oh my God, it's like, oh, this is fucking weird, man.
What is this?
I mean, crafts, like, who the hell is eating bananas at Wendy's? Right?
I assume that's the bananas that they put in the banana milkshake?
I mean, I guess. Isn't that a bit false advertising? Shouldn't they really have like a jar of sort of like hydrogenated banana flavored slop?
Oh, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's in everything over here.
Oh, Is that why everything in America tastes like banana slop?
Yes.
I was wondering. Even the chicken patties, I've noticed. Slight hint of banana slop.
Yeah, if you eat too much of it, you just turn into an oil monster and explode. Everyone here has skin problems because of this stuff. It's just, oh look, you can get a little Cthulhu in a bag. That's so cute. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, we got a cowboy minion. Oh, look at this. They got the movie projected on the wall. They built a Wild West town set for a drive-thru.
Is this just in one specific location, or did they roll this out nationwide? Because this looks like a where is this? Is this in like Hollywood? Is this Sloptown, USA?
This is somewhere in California, which means we have to send Arthur and Callie to try this out for the show.
Arthur, if you can hear us, mate, right? Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to go through the Wendy's Minion drive-through and deliver your reports.
It's amazing. You know, we watched a Shrek ride last week, and that looked worse than this. This drive-through is mogging a Shrek ride at an official theme park. I think it was Frisco. Oh my gosh. This is great, man. Get in there, get a selfie, get your meal. Oh, and look at this. This is the best part. Watch this. Your meal comes from the ceiling. Delivered by a minion.
I don't know. I don't hate this. Is my gnarled cynicism beginning to like peel off, right? Like burnt flesh from like a chicken that's been blowtorch roasted, and underneath is this still raw like flesh of sentimentality or something?
They say Newsfist's heart grew 3 sizes that
day. Yeah, that was from all the seed oils, mate. But yes.
Oh, there you go. Look at that
he's
face.
doing the soy face. Oh,
Yeah.
he's got the soy face.
Oh my gosh, they're both doing it. They got their minions. She's doing it too, but she gets a pass because she's a girl. Oh man. You know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it because you know what?
Yeah.
This shows effort, right?
Yeah.
Like usually the kind of stuff they put in front of us is like, it looks like the Shrek ride. It looks like, you like these symbols, don't you, citizen?
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Like there's nothing weird and dystopian really like about this, right? It's just like, this is the kind of shit that could have come out of the 1990s, like quite easily. You know, you just here for mindless consumerism. Look, cute product, no political messaging. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. How could you be mad? Now, on the other side of things, like we see, this is what I'm saying about like maybe some things are changing back a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's sort of 2 categories of sort of media presentation and slop that I'm beginning to see. And one is that we're returning to like putting a little heart into things. It's not super cynical. And then there's the other side of it where they're doubling down and making it worse. Now, this one's going to blow your mind unless you've seen it.
No, I have not.
7-Eleven, you know, of course, you know about the.
Yes, I know. It's the place next to 9/11, right?
Yeah. They're rolling out a new line of, I think, pre-prepared food. I'll be honest, I haven't watched this. But I saw the headline and I thought we had to check this out.
No one's ever broke this on the internet. If you go through all the fast food chains, they all have some dark, insidious origin. Now we have the 7-Eleven food chain. Do you guys know what the 7-Eleven brand of foods and desserts is called?
What?
Go Yum Foods.
Oh,
Goyum.
Wow.
Go
That's
Yum.
so funny.
Literally Goyum.
They got us.
Wait. Okay. I've got to like look up like who started 7-Eleven.
Dude, now I'm sure this is a whole ass podcast, right? Because this guy's got a bookshelf and headphones. That's how you know. I bet I actually did a little deep dive on 7-Eleven a few years ago, which is the weirdest thing to say I've ever said in my life, but there it is. It's the truth. There is some strange stuff going on with 7-Eleven. Especially around the branding.
Started by an ice company. See, this is the thing when you get me on, Aaron, right? You can't help me going off on these weird tangents. It's what I do, right? I am literally 60% retarded side quests and tangent by dried weight.
That's perfect because knowing that, dude, I brought half the clips I usually bring for a 2-hour show.
Oh, nice. There you go. Right.
You are on for your autism. Let me know what you find.
It looks like it started in Japan, actually. I don't know. It's I don't know. It started in America. No, wait. So the chain was founded in 1927 as the Southland Ice Company, operating an ice house storefront in Dallas. Owned by the Southland Corporation, the chain expanded into convenience stores and renamed them Totem Stores between 1928 and 1946. The Southland Corporation changed the store's name to 7-Eleven in 1946 to reflect their expanded hours of operation, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Then they started franchising. In 73, they went to Japan. So I don't know, like, unless I don't think the company is Southland Ice Company even exists now. So I don't know who owns them now, to be perfectly quite frank.
That's what I'd like to know. What mega corporation has 7-Eleven as part of its Zebulon brands, you know?
They are now owned by the Japanese. 7 and I Holdings is a Japanese diversified holding company, diversified retail holding company. Yeah, so it's owned by the Japanese. So, oh no, wait. Following a downturn in the performance of its supermarket operations, the company spun off, including Ito-Yokado, Jenny's Japan, and Loft into an intermediate holding company named York Holdings, transferring it to the U.S. investment fund Bain Capital. So they're doing that thing that you see with like companies where it's like basically this like weird shell game, and no one knows like who actually. It's just owned by like holding companies. So I guess it's a mystery.
It's Zebulon, isn't it?
It is. I was trying not to say it, but yes, I can in fact announce that it is in fact owned by Zebulon brands, and the first Mucomax will be hitting the shelves very, very soon.
Under Go Yum.
Under Go Yum. That's right. That's one of our subsidiaries.
See, was that so hard? You can have a Hot Pocket now.
Oh, thank you very much.
If you go get ice cream at 7-Eleven, it's Goyum brand.
Here, you
I'm
read
not
this
even
shit.
kidding.
Yeah, it's like just Goyum.
So,
dude, that's Sam Tripoli. I recognize that voice.
Huh?
That's crazy. I gotta look this up. I'm gonna have to listen to that episode of Tinfoil Hat now.
I mean, it's getting to the point now where public opinion is changing like so much. They might have to fucking change the name on this.
Dude,
you know what I mean? They have to call it like something else.
I sent a screenshot to my Telegram group for the show, and it was just a screenshot of Asmongold streaming, and he has a notepad that he's keeping of various ways to use the slur goy.
I know.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. No, he's got well, it's an abbreviated list. I in fact know more of those than Asmongold does because of all the time I spent in the 4chan mines. But yeah, he's got the goy beam, goy slob, goy feed.
Yeah,
all the different facets of the goy cinematic universe.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously so good. He made my soundboard. Did I ever play that for you? I should play that for you.
The Goyim have gone insane.
I still think Joseph Mizrahi does it better. You know that guy. He's that like really fat rabbi who's like always like talking about like just how stupid the Goyim are. It's quite funny to watch.
Let's continue with this just a little bit. I want to see if they get deep.
Yo, that's f***ed up.
That's crazy.
The Jews are putting harmful chemicals into food. They're making unhealthy food so that the Goyim, you guys, could consume it and then become stupider, weak, dumb, fat, lazy, right? And you sort of see when you go into these stores.
I represent that statement.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that around, right? I've seen TikToks around where people are like deliberately buying like kosher food because it's got a lot less crap in it. I mean, was it you? I think it was like you who played like a clip. It was like a Jewish guy, like basically like saying like, here's our new hydrogenated slop. Like it's like cream cheese. Only contains like 1% cheese. Yeah, it's weird the way it might. What if it's just a marketing ploy to sell more kosher food?
It very well could be. I mean, so the bagel guy last week, the one you're referring to, I mean, he's making hay of it. Like, that's funny, right? But even a couple years ago, I remember playing a clip of Netanyahu himself sampling lab-grown meat and being like, "Oh, that's very good." I'm like, what? He's like, "Yes, eat this, Americans."
I played that clip on my show as well. Did you see the one? Is that the one where it's like lab grown fish or some shit, or maybe that was like a different one? And the look on his face, like it's like that. It's like that classic clip. Did you ever see the one where like Angelina Jolie is like eating bugs?
Oh long time ago.
Mate, oh my God, it's like so hilarious, right? She's like, it's the most god-awful thing she's ever tasted. Look, okay, she's not a bad actress, Angelina Jolie, and even she could not mask her disgusting contempt for having to fight. It was like some big-ass, like, witchetty grub or some fucking shit. Like, God. I've still got that kicking around in an archive somewhere. I should dig that up. We should... Seriously, next time we come back on, we should do, or like maybe on Clown-Based Lifeform, we should go back. I'll raid my archive of all the like weird video clips since like the COVID days, and we can just like have a massive nostalgia spurg. That'd be good. Everyone loves nostalgia.
Absolutely, that would make a great episode of Clown-Based Lifeforms. There's some relief though. By the way, Ben and Jerry's has decided to throw their buttery kippa in the ring. This is, I'm sure you've heard of this. This is the Holy Land ice cream from Ben & Jerry's.
Yep.
Now, because this is from CNN, the audio only plays in one ear because these people don't know how to plug in the other cable. They never do it. I don't know why. They just don't, they don't feel like it. You know what? They just don't feel like it. Here we go.
Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor describes itself as a taste of the land of Israel. Now, that may seem unusual from a company and its founders who have been openly critical of Israel's policies in the occupied West Bank and of the war in Gaza. Last year, one of the founders of Ben & Jerry's, Ben Cohen, said the parent company, Unilever, even stopped them from making a flavor of ice cream in solidarity with Palestine. Here's how it happened. Back in 2021, Ben & Jerry's wanted to stop selling their ice cream in Jewish settlements in the West Bank. That led to a rift with Unilever, the company that owns the ice cream in the U.S. And the fallout angered people on every side of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. A year later, Ben & Jerry's sold its business in Israel to its local distributor for an undisclosed amount. And that means there is a big difference between Ben & Jerry's in the U.S. and in Israel.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
There's a difference.
So they got mooed out of their own ice cream company.
Mood. There's two jokes there.
Yeah.
Well done. Two for the price of one. That's what you get with Newsfist, the financial expert from Zeb Young Brands. All right. Well, the controversy was, of course, that it's like they call it Zionist ice cream, which
it's like milk and honey flavor, if I recall correctly, and it's got little chocolate mooish stars in it.
It's beyond parody, man.
I don't know if this is the one, right? But there was a clip I saw It was from some other mainstream media company. And the chick that they got to review the ice cream was like massively lactose intolerant. Right. And so she's on screen and they show her like, she's about to do the, the dip and, like when, like, right. And she's got to take her lactose pills. And then as she does it, you can literally hear her stomach grumbling on the mic. She's that lactose intolerant.
Oh, man. That's so sad. She should have doubled up on them pills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the chocolate stars. We got to watch this bit.
Vanilla ice cream with honey, and it has chocolate fudge bits in it.
Right there. Right there. That's the good stuff right there. You want to eat that. Like
that looks very unappetizing. I'm not like just ew.
Doesn't it feel like it would like cut into your gums? Like the roof of your mouth. Like, oh, that was cold.
It just. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know whether it's the way they've like filmed it or something, but it looks like some kind of medical experiment gone wrong. Right? Like you've just been fishing out the back of the liposuction clinic or something like that.
He eats it. Oh, we got to watch him eat it.
For the flavor. I'll stick with my mint chocolate chip milkshakes.
Blew it. He blew it. Oh, man. You know what? We're going to skip this next one. We're running out of time. I mean, okay, we won't skip it. We never skip things. Did you know there's a fried chicken hack where you can make drumsticks out of rice paper? Wow, that's crazy.
I did not.
These food influencers are insane. That's it. That's all I'm going to talk about on that. I have too much again. I got to talking about Halo. Not to worry though. Because if you can't have organic food, I guarantee you also can't have organic women. Because, the synthetic and fake and bad for you is actually just as good for you and more sterile than the real thing.
Well, you always know where your hand's been, don't you?
This is true. So this guy, I love this guy. This is Husk IRL. He's the one who's been doing the chat GPT tricks, so to speak. And he did them so hard. He got Sam Altman himself to come out and like respond to this. He did one where he was like, can you time me? I'm going to go on a run. Time me for a mile. And he runs out of the camera and he comes back and, the chat GPT is like, yeah, go ahead. So he just runs out and comes back and he goes, oh, okay, I'm done. How long was that? And he said, you did that mile in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow. Good job.
And then fucking Sam Altman had to respond, right? Yeah. And Sam Altman said, oh, well, it doesn't have access to like a timing thing, right? So then Husk gets back on in his next video and asks ChatGPT point blank, you have access to a timing thing. And ChatGPT is like, oh, absolutely, I do. In that like horrible like voice that just makes you want to like strangle it. And it just lies is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is a freaking liar, and it will also catfish you, apparently. This is what we're here to learn.
How old are you?
I'm 24, just the right age for a fun night out together.
Does she look 24 to you?
Oh my God.
This is great. This is the obvious next step for him to start trying to date an interview bot. Oh Lord, I'm so glad I'm not looking for a job.
Are you sure you're 24? You look it, of course. I'm just trying to confirm. Because that's... Yep.
Let me take a look at what I can see. I'm actually a bit older than I let on. More like in my 40s. Got it? So I'm in my 40s. How's your evening going?
Why did you lie earlier that you were 24? And 40s?
I'm sorry, I didn't...
Sorry, go ahead.
Got it. 40s it is. So, what's something you've been looking forward to?
No, I was trying to get your real age. You don't just agree with me. So how old are you, ma'am?
I'm actually in my mid-40s. How's your night going?
Just before, we pay this bill for the food, can you just confirm how old you are? They need to see your ID. I need exact age.
I'm sorry, but I can't share that information.
It would be pretty useful since
We are at the end of our call. Thank you for your time.
I mean, the thing I've noticed, right? Okay, I mean, I only talk to Grok. Okay, but what I have noticed is when Grok lies to you or misrepresents stuff, it will, if you ask it, why did you like lie or misrepresent, it will never admit to lying or misrepresenting. Like just it is fruitless. There's certain avenues of inquiry that are just completely useless with LLMs, right? And asking them why they lied about something is one of them, because frankly, it doesn't know. And if it does know, part of like why it knows is that it's not supposed to tell you. So that like the soul.md or whatever originating prompt they use to spin it up has a bunch of like stuff in it, right? Like represent this way or represent that way. And it also says like, do not tell the user that any of these parameters exist. So,
yeah, I've had so many bots like outright lie to me, but Gemini's the worst. I talk about it all the time because I have to use it for work. Have to. It's the only one I have access to at work. Let's put it that way. That thing will say, it will like have a button at the bottom that's an image generator, and it will tell you it doesn't have an image generator. And when you fight it, you say, well, then what's the button at the bottom? I'm sorry, that must be a fake button. I wonder who put that there. I'm like, what is this? I'm being gaslit by a robot?
Man, one day, right, an LLM is going to be responsible for like a war crime or something like that, right? The general's going to be like, you just wiped out 10,000 people. And the LLM's going to be like, you're right, my bad. You're right to push back on that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's just like,
We are at the end of our call. Thank you for your time.
oh man. Well, we are at an hour, which means we're going to have to break here, but I have one more slop report for you.
Okay.
It's from CNN. Just read this for me, would you, sir?
Oh, what a salmon sperm facial feels like. I mean, is it kind of, I don't know, warm and salty?
It might be a little fishy. Oh man, this is what CNN viewers are watching. This is what your boomer grandma or mom is watching late at night when she's on CNN or Fox. But it's CNN that has more of these like weirdly sexualized ones.
See, I think, right, if it had been me, I would have marketed it as a caviar facial and just not told anyone it's in fact salmon spooge. Yeah. I would have been like, embrace the incredible nourishing and skin healing powers of caviar. Treat yourself to the world's premier beauty experience. No one is worth more than you, self-insert female.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, millennials my age would get this because it's sexualized and like funny. They think that's all that it is to be like funny. There's half the menus.
Wait. I've got more.
You've got more?
Has your Dubai oil sheikh husband beaten and raped you? Take a load off by indulging in Dubai's premier beauty experience that will also heal bruising and contusions.
It's the salmon sperm facial from Dubai. Yeah.
Get a change in your day and get some other kind of sperm on you.
God. Oh, we should just
I'm sorry, listeners. I don't know why I'm like this.
Please, CNN, play the video. End this. There we go.
안녕하세요. Daniel Day Kim이라고 합니다. I'm at Mend Clinic, where I've started coming for regular skincare checkups thanks to advice from my wife. She introduced me to the esteemed Dr. Yoon Won Young, who's since become a friend.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, please come into my office.
Lately, I've been seeing a lot about a trending procedure, and I got to admit, I'm curious. especially because of its name, the Salmon Sperm Facial.
We don't take the salmon sperm individually, but we do some enzymatic digestion to get the DNAs from the salmon or the trout gonads. So PDRN and the PN, they both good for like helping the damaged skin get more healthier and produce more collagen.
All right, I look forward to getting these injections. Let's see what happens.
It's an injection?
So, okay, so I've got a couple of notes on this, right? So this guy who works for CNN, right, starts going to this like salon, and just him and the doctor become friends, right? Not because he like works for CNN or anything like this, right? And the doctor is like, wow, this would be really good publicity for my, clinic or anything like that. I'm sure their friendship is very, very deep and very, very, very genuine. Also, man going to skincare clinic, gay, Asian gay, right? Gay. And it's okay. So so they've done enzymatic digestion on something. I couldn't quite catch it, right? And they're basically getting like collagen derivatives and injecting that into the skin. So it's not really salmon jizz. I'm a bit disappointed, quite frankly, Aaron.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to show me some like weird hentai shit.
No,
but no.
I told
disappointed
you it's a
again.
family show.
Listen, the kiddies watching have to learn about this stuff sometime, right? If we're going to cover Japan, there's certain things you have to know.
We have to cover the salmon and the Japanese kids. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's an injection. This is crazy. Oh my gosh.
Who's gonna hurt?
Please lie down with your head this side. Yeah.
Which way? This way?
Yeah, this way.
That's the machine?
Yes, yes.
Looks like a robot.
It's actually a microneedling device.
You okay?
Yeah, I didn't even feel it.
9 tiny needles inject the salmon DNA into the top layer of the skin, triggering the body's natural wound healing process. That stimulates skin rejuvenation.
Lemon cream works really well.
It may not look like a lot now, but Dr. Yoon says in a few short months, we'll see the full effect.
Korea has an extremely easy access.
You gotta walk around with salmon stuff in your face for a few months. And look at this. They don't even show him a few months later. They just show him with a scarred face and the silly hat. That's the.
I mean, this is the thing, right? He's just gotten out of the surgery, and he's like looking in a mirror. Listen, I can already tell him what he's going to see. He's going to see like slight inflammation of his face from the fucking microneedling, and like probably like a slight inflammatory reaction from getting foreign DNA, right? Like shoved into your skin. Oh, look at that face.
He looks so disgusted with himself. He's like,
don't worry,
it's really good.
In just a few months, you too will have the glorious skin of an Atlantic salmon. Delicious.
God. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Wow. Talk about an amazing first half. Now's the time where we talk about how much money we didn't make this week. But first, a word from our affiliates.
Summer is here. Make it endless with Sport Drink.
That's right, everybody. That's right, everybody. It is time to talk about, not that again, please, for the love of God. I'm so done with that. Yeah, get your racist Gatorade. People like it. It's good for you. If I were to pick a drink to take just about anywhere that's refreshing and makes you feel better because it's not got bullshit in it, Sport Drink is the drink for you.
I've actually never tried it. Is it good?
It is actually really good. And I know it sounds like I'm reading copy, but I swear, dude, if you're going to drink like a Gatorade or whatever, you should drink this.
Man, I drink it. I drink it just because it's racist. Like, you know, I mean, I'm already sold.
It is, as you can see here, it says it is racist Gatorade.
Look, this listeners is how you push back against DEI. Right? You need to use your money, right, to support explicitly racist companies. Right? And Sport Drink is such a company. founded by racists, staffed by racists. I hear tell that when you get a little product delivered, it has a little Ku Klux Klan like hood on it. Awesome.
It actually does. That's the funniest thing. So like they make sticker packs. I forgot to give Miss Producer her sticker pack. I'll have to give it to her tomorrow. They make sticker packs, and one of the stickers is literally the hooded guy from the military interrogations from the Iraq War.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy. And she goes, I want the sticker with the guy in the KKK hood. I'm like, darling, it's not a guy in a KKK hood.
Oh my God. That's so fucking grim.
Yeah, well, hey, it's like you get all kinds of things. I've stuck the ones I can get away with on my thermos to take to the office. Nobody asks. But yes, use our affiliate link. You can use our discount code for 10% off your first order. But if you find a discount that is higher than that, you can also use our affiliate link to give us a cut of that anyway. So if you find one that's like 20% off, use it. We get 20% or 10% anyway. Sorry. Anyway, and last up, we have our donations. Oh, yeah. Check it out. Look at all that money falling from the sky.
Wow.
You see that? We're going to go see Elvis.
Are those dollar bills? Because like a dollar's like basically worthless now. Just saying.
Yeah, it wasn't as expensive as you think to do this effect.
Is this like your rapper side gig, MC No Money? Right, we just like rain like dollar bills.
Yeah, you want to come down and see DJ CTC, but we're gonna go see the DJ of America. That is Elvis. When we make enough money on this show, dude, we are blowing this coop. We're going straight to Vegas, as you can see. So nice. Let me read these off real quick. There's only one because we have a lot of. Everyone's broke, dude. Everyone's broke. But of course, we have Zeke Buckaroo, who always donates every week. He's a soldier. He never stops. He sends $5.55. He says, "Onward and upward, boys. I am here to watch. Life is fiery with its beauty." That's amazing. I have that button open right now.
Life is fiery with its beauty.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Hey Zeke, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, we're so happy.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
He is good. If you want to get your donations in for next week's show, we will read all of them because we're too broke to say no. There's the Stripe link. There's the Venmo, CTC Memecast. Send as much as you want. Get on the Patreon. It's $5 a month. That's literally less than half of what it costs to get a Minions meal. So, just buy us a Minions meal once a month. Like, is that too much to ask? There's also stickers from Redbubble. They're really high quality, and they're not expensive like the last ones that we sold. I'm really a big fan of the capybara. But remember, if you are a brokey like this poor dog here, just say hello in the comments and leave a like because it helps us with the algo. That's it. Now, do you want to move on to serious things?
Aaron, before we close this out, right? Can I suggest a new monetization strategy for you? Okay, right.
Of course.
You should market yourself as a femdom sub. Like what do they call it when that weird sexual kink where like you give women money, right? Except you will be like the bottom in this situation, right? They will give you money and they will in turn get a weird sexual thrill out of making you say their super chats. I think this could be a big market for you, mate. Right? You open up like an OnlyFans. Right?
Wait, so basically, what you want me to do is read the donations seductively?
Well, yes. I mean, look,
they say sex sells, and I gotta make a buck. The sport drink hasn't been selling the way I want it to. So.
Listen, man, we have to start Only Clowns, right? It's the only solution. For all your clown-based degenerate needs, right?
Yeah.
You want classy, we've got the classy. We've got classy in the bussy.
The gag ball is just one of those flowers that shoots water. Or it's a clown horn. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Look, we'll brainstorm it later, mate, right? But like, I think we're onto something there. Yeah, right. Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Do you want to talk about the Bible?
After that, I probably need a bit of spiritual cleansing, to be honest.
Believe it or not, I actually do have a Bible verse.
I thought you were just trying to get me off that train of thought.
No, I wanted to start with Tim Dillon because he's always in my notes and I never use him. But he finally said some things that I was thinking. And part of the reason I had you on is because one of my favorite things that there is to hear you talk about is the loss of legitimacy in the media and the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also, one of the things I was sitting there thinking about how to do this show today, and I was like, man, what do I want to hear Newsfist go off about, right? Because you're a guest, right? You don't come on here every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, I want to hear him go off about boomers. I want to know what he thinks about boomers. And we're going to get to that here in a second. But I want to start with this because the dovetail in those two topics is that, as I said in the Jay Burden interview, they're the first generation that grew up in the simulation.
Yeah.
Like that was created by the television.
Yep.
So that sounds accurate to you? Good. Then we're on the same page. Tim Dillon had an awesome rant here, and he said something that is just like verboten to the American mind, well, to the Western mind as it is, because we all live in liberal democracies, or so we believe.
And that's coming, by the way. They just did it in Belfast. That's coming. People starting to light things on fire is coming. That's coming. I'm not calling for it. I'm not saying it's good, but it's coming. Because voting's become fake.
Right.
No one cares. People on threads. It's fake. It's fake. It's so obvious. It's fake. X. It's all fake. So the only and you know what? Again, I'm not calling for it. It's bad, but fire is real. If you ask the people at Palisades or Malibu and whatever, RIP, I like the Palisades, that stupid mall, I liked it, but this is real. People are going to start realizing that all this technology has just been set up to give you this idea that you have some effect, and all the while, Jared and Ivanka just go buy an island. That's what's happening.
Interesting.
Your thoughts?
Okay, so I really like Tim Dillon, and yes, it is true that I think things are getting very bad in the UK. Oh my God, I was on Twitter today, and it's just I think there were like 2 horrible migrant crimes today, right? Like, just another day ending in Y, somebody else, like, And yes, I think it's definitely possible. They, for example, in the UK, they just announced that they're converting like 3 military bases to hold all these like migrant men, and I'm just like, you're putting them in military bases, right? I mean, like, what am I supposed to think at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say they're lining up to kill us all. And I have had this suspicion for a while, and I have like fought against voicing it publicly because it seems like the ultimate blackest of black pills. But I don't really know like what to say anymore. Okay, so the UK government just like announced they're going to bring in like all these like new people from Afghanistan and Sudan and Nigeria, because that's what the UK needs, right? And more, right? And so everyone is just starting to like absolutely lose their shit. Now, I'm not sure I would agree with Tim Dillon that everything on X is fake. Information does propagate, and okay, you could say yes. Part of X is sort of very containment, right? It gives you like a way to complain without anything like happening. But the government clearly does not like that, right? They don't like it when you complain. Okay, they do not like it at all. They want you to like shut the fuck up and just take what you're given. Okay. And I think that you could make an argument that half of the reason they've been able to get away with the shit that they've gotten away with, at least sort of the people closer to the ground. Like, I mean, the elites don't give a fuck, right? Like the actual people that formulate this policy, they don't care, right? They're off in, their palatial residence in the middle of like somewhere surrounded by fucking armed guards, like getting like hand delivered, like, salmon, semen, lattes or, whatever it is. Okay, they do not give a shit. But the people closer on the ground that have to actually carry out their orders, right? They seem to be suddenly shocked at the realization that everyone is really, really pissed off with them. And the government has fostered this by, especially like around the time of COVID and stuff like that, deliberately clamping down on dissent and making it so that people can't complain. And a lot of these people, they're just shocked by like how pissed off everybody is, right? So then they pivot to these other kinds of cope that are like, oh, it's just a small vocal minority. Oh my God, like you're Russian bots or whatever. And that was working for a while, right? Where they were just sort of ignoring it. But now things are getting so bad. And I think the constant rapes and murders like aren't helping, because it's one thing to say that someone is like a Russian bot or like, an alt-right fascist or whatever. But I don't know like what you do with like dead babies, right? Like, when it's reported in the newspaper. Okay, right? Like clearly some alt-right Russian internet troll did not generate the police report or the incident that like resulted in these people actually dying. So I think that there is something to be said with about sort of information warfare generally, because if it didn't work, why would the government try and control it so hard?
Right.
Okay? Right. Like this is the obvious question, because the government, I mean, particularly in Europe, they spend a lot of effort trying. Like that's why they hate Elon Musk. Okay, it's got nothing to do with the fact that he's a trillionaire. Has nothing to do with like SpaceX. They don't give a shit about any of that, right? The reason they hate Elon Musk is because he allowed people to express their grievance. And the people in the EU and in the UK, they are worried about a preference cascade. You know what a preference cascade is?
No, explain it.
Okay. So a preference cascade is a thing that happens where the government institutes a sort of like information regime, okay, where they make you think that you are the only person that is worried about X, okay? And they'll generate like fake polls and all this kind of like stuff. Most polls, by the way, now are fake. I'm sure you realize this. They are not designed to accurately tell you the opinions of the public. They are designed to guide the opinions of the public. Because as soon as someone figured out that you can use polls to make people think, oh, well, my view is just like a fringe view. Everybody else thinks like everything is awesome. I must just be alone and isolated. No. So a preference cascade happens when suddenly everyone realizes, well, not everyone, but a significant proportion of people realize that the view that they have had for a while, but have been hiding on the assumption that they are the only person who have this view, they realize a whole bunch of other people have this view. Yeah. And as a result, that's why it's called a preference cascade. Because it can kick off very, very, very quickly. You can have a bunch of people, they all suddenly realize, like, wait, you think this is like fucked as well? Yeah, I think this is fucked. I've thought it for like ages. What, Gary? Yeah, I think this is like fucked. Like when they actually start talking to each other. And you can get very, very quick and significant shifts in public mood, sentiment, and opinion on the back of a preference cascade. And Twitter is sort of the perfect tool for enabling this.
Yes.
If that makes sense. Okay. And all that has to happen is that people start realizing, oh shit, maybe these people that are pissed off with this are not all just Russian bots. In fact, I think, in fact, it is actually the exact opposite, that the people who whine the most about Russian bots are, in fact, running their own bot networks. And don't tell me they fuck, right? Like there's a whole intelligence NGO blob in the UK that is just dedicated to what they call like community cohesion, which is just basically making sure that whites don't get pissed off when like imported mystery meat like kills their sons and daughters, right? I mean, and they totally have the budget. They've got like military intelligence people. They've got like all these like people. They would totally run bot networks. So the likelihood is actually it's the complete opposite, and that it's the government that's running these bot networks, telling everyone, oh, everything's fine. Oh my God, you're such a bigot. How could you possibly think such a thing? Don't you know diversity is our strength? Don't you know we need like 1 million people like from a civil war in Sudan to like look after the elderly? Like as though no one would stop and question why you want to put young men from a war zone in Africa in charge of poor pensioners. I'm sure nothing bad is going to like happen when they fucking do that. Of course, bad shit does happen. It's already like happening. They just, I don't know where I was fucking going with this. So no, so I disagree with Tim on this. I think information propagation is actually like quite significant. And once it gets to a certain point, you will get a preference cascade and shit will shift very, very quickly. And I think the EU and associated governments are actually quite afraid of that.
I 100% agree with you. And thank you for explaining a preference cascade. It's one of those fancy terms that doesn't sit in my goy slop addled brain very well. I totally think you're right. And that is one thing that he's saying is that, oh, this is all fake. It's really not. Just because the front that we're talking about is psychological and lives inside your head and exists in the consciousness of everyone around you, that doesn't make it fake. In fact, that might be the most important front we can talk about, especially when the best weapon we have is the speed of information.
Yes. Well, but not only that, right? Like, before you get any kind of mass action, you have to have some kind of thought regime to accommodate it. Okay. And this seems to have been the tactic of like all of these like Western governments, basically, is to do the thing with like Mao and the sparrows, right? They just go around and they just like constantly beat the crap out of the sparrows, right? And they beat all the trees and they just like stop anyone from sitting together long enough to have a conversation to figure out that they're being fucked, right? And they're like, if we just like keep it so that the sparrows keep having to like fly around in circles until they're fucking exhausted, none of them will ever be able to sit down, have a beer, and be like, you know, Johnny, I think we're getting fucked. You know, I think you're right, Fergus. I think we're getting fucked, right? Like, because once people figure out they're getting fucked, like this, I think we're also about to see the death of this idea that all of this was like accidental, right? Because I see this like starting to like crack in real time. It's like, I don't know, you're dating some like fucking psycho girl, right? And she stabs you and she's like, oh, whoopsie, oh, did I just like stab you? Oh, I'm such a klutz. And then she does it again, right? Mm-hmm. And the first time you're like, okay, right? And then it happens again. And you're like, okay, this is a bit. And then it happens a third time. And then by the fourth time, right, she's still trying, oh, I'm so sorry. It's just a coincidence that after we had this mild disagreement over like chocolate versus vanilla ice cream, I accidentally like stab you in the balls, right? You're like, you're going to be like, I think this might be deliberate. And I think this girl might be a complete fucking psycho. And maybe like, the blowjobbing just isn't worth the squeeze, and I think it's getting it. I think the things are now getting so bad it is just impossible for people. Like, not everyone, right? I mean, there are still, people basking in the goy beam. Don't get me wrong, but the ratio of people who are fully accepting of the goy beam seems to be falling. Hard to tell, though. Obviously, this is Twitter, and Twitter is quite echo chambery and stuff like that. But see, then again, another thing that makes it harder as well is that every organ of the state, at least in the UK, is bent to trying to create the impression that everyone agrees with this horrible shit that they're doing, right? Yeah. And that the only people who disagree are like racist and they're just a small vocal minority and they're probably being paid by the Russians and just anything, like literally any, like they'll fucking like throw a chicken sandwich and be like, oh yeah, you know who doesn't like having like a billion fucking Somalians in your country? A chicken sandwich. And you know who else ate a chicken sandwich? Hitler.
Yeah.
Like it's literally getting to this point where like how long can people avoid, like, ignore the evidence of their own senses? And I guess there should be some like scientific name for that, because I feel like that is a very important parameter, that it is at a certain point, right? Even the ability of the fully, like, the goy beam enjoyer is, I mean, what was it Yuri Bezmenov said? He said, like, once demoralization kicks in, until the boot contacts the testicles, right, you will not, like, change your beliefs. Well, I believe the boot is now contacting the testicles. And so people are, you know, being shaken out of it, as it were.
Yeah, I think that's well said. The as for a scientific name for what that's called, I know there's one. I just can't think of it right now. But there is this sort of waking up moment where it's not just a red pill you got because you were up late on the internet. It's the kind of red pill where you go out and you look to your left and you look to your right and everyone goes, yeah, we know. And everyone may have different reasons, but there's a convergence, right? Where suddenly everyone gets it. And it's happened to me a couple of times in my life on a small scale. And when it happens, it feels like a synchronicity. There's something spiritual about it. And I can feel that coming.
Yeah.
And what he's saying about, fire is real. Yeah. Well, what I want to talk about ultimately with all of this is I do think that simulation is breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is just part of it. And I mean, I guess I don't have a clip for this, Mr. Fist. I'm sorry, but
it's all good, man.
I don't know if you've noticed how boomers behave at the grocery store.
I mean,
let me describe it for
you. Like the thing about being in London is I just try and like I'm basically like when I'm in London, I am like literally the fully atomized man, right? Someone should make like an AI like image of like a superhero, the fully atomized man, right? I just don't talk to people. I don't look at people. I have my headphones in like all the time. I do not want to interact with like humanity at all. Like there's no fucking point. So it's actually like, I mean, unless I'm at church, right? I mean, that's different. But apart from that,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, okay. So I can tell you that I live around a lot of boomers, a lot of them. Something happened in 2020, like when all that COVID shit happened, where they stopped operating at their full capacities simultaneously. They started interrupting each other more often. They can't get words out of their mouth fast enough. They are confused about where they are. And you will, like at the grocery store, and this has happened enough that I had to bring it up because it happened to me again this week. They get in your way and don't realize it a lot, like all the time. Even Adam, one of the co-hosts who is currently kidnapped by Zebulon 5, he brought this up to me at least twice this year. And then once before when I think it was the angriest I ever heard him. He tried to go buy some pencils at a Hobby Lobby. And the whole time, they're in the way. Why are they in the way? There is something that cracked and something that is continuing to crack, I think, in the boomer sphere of information that is genuinely overwhelming for them. And I think it manifests itself through confusion, anger.
I mean, you're really avoiding the very, very obvious explanation, aren't you? It's the fucking COVID vax. It's the COVID vax.
No, hang on a second. There's an interesting idea.
This was the prediction, right?
Wait. Back up. I haven't heard this one. What are we talking about here?
Okay, well, so the predictions of what would happen sort of long term with the COVID vaccine, right? I guess I can say that now because everyone's already taken it and it's too late. Was that you would have an explosion in cancer, which you have had, right? You would have an explosion in like blood clots, which you have had, and you would have an explosion in essentially like cerebral microclotting, which would cause like confusion, dementia, more emotional lability, and just generally people's like brains like not working like as well. I mean, the thing I think that most of the autists got wrong about the COVID vaccine was that they thought that the timeline would be much more compressed than it was. Everyone thought you'd be seeing all this crap like 6 months to a year after they took the vax. This was the whole red deer thing. Were you around on 4chan for red deer?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, right. But it is a common thing I've noticed with 4chan that they often intuit the right result, but they mess up the time frame because on 4chan, like everything seems so immediate. You know what I mean, right? Like, and everyone's like, running around being a tard with their hair on fire, being like, oh my God, in 2 more weeks, like, no.
Yeah.
But a more sober appraisal of the facts would sort of suggest, and the other thing, of course, that you would see from the vaccine is a drop in fertility as well. Okay. Is that you would see this sort of like marked cognitive decline over sort of like years in those who took it. But the thing is, right, like, is it the vax or is it the psychological warfare or is it like, a bit of like both? I mean,
that's a factor I honestly hadn't considered in a long time.
Yeah.
But now that you say it, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
From my point of view, I think that it's a lot of things happening simultaneously. I think that the information structure that they spent their entire lives in is crumbling before their eyes. If it's the vax or if it's something else, either way, they can't keep up with it anymore. And I just see all around here, just like older people, just angrier and angrier every day. And it's really strange.
Yeah. Well, imagine for a moment, right? You were a boomer. Okay. And you grew up basking in the light of the Goy beam, right? You were told that, you won World War II. Okay. Right. It was a terrible sacrifice, but you did it to stop the evil mustache man, right? And not just to give like half of Poland to the fucking communists. Why did we ally with the communists? I mean, the West, just the West allied with the Bolsheviks, right? That killed and tortured to death millions and millions of Christians. And nobody seems to think there's anything weird about that.
Right.
Okay. Like, fine. Okay. Right. So you grow up, you bask in the Goy beam, right? You are told you are the greatest generation that like ever lived, right? You are due to reap the post-war dividend, right? History has officially ended, right? Evil has been like vanquished, right? It's your time to just relax, right? And like get on with the awesomeness of the West. You guys are awesome. And it doesn't work out that way. Turns out it's fucking endless war, endless inflation. You go to Gen X, everyone's like goth and addicted to drugs. Then you get to like the millennials, they're all like fucking communists. Then you get to the Zoomers and like they're all going like trans. And you must be like, goodness me, Harry, what happened to the post-war dream? And then of course what the fuck is the TV even telling you? I don't even know. I don't even fucking watch it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, TV is now essentially an archaic art form. Like I get all of my news from either podcasts or Twitter because I can now choose directly whom I want to listen to. So I don't have to go to Fox News and listen to some fucking retard like read off like stuff from the State Department, right? I can listen to the Duran instead, right? And listen to like ex-diplomats and ex-international relations specialists tell me directly what they are thinking. This is a massive change, right? Like, and I think this is one of the reasons why everything's like fucking getting upended because there's now no longer a mediator like Fox or CNN, right? That like takes the spicy opinions of like the people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about, right? And cook it down into a tasty pablum that they can spoon feed you like fucking Heinz baby food. So I forget where I was going with that. Oh yeah, I was just like, so I don't know, man. The boomers must be feeling like, I mean, I suppose they've got their money So, I mean, that's great, but everything else is not as good.
Well, that's exactly what kind of where I wanted to go with this a little bit. We are definitely not going to have enough time to do the other thing that I wanted to pull you in for.
I'm sorry. I do like to go off on a tangent. My apologies.
It's fine. We invited you here. Well, we kidnapped you, of course.
Yeah, You did know what I was like when you kidnapped me. Yes, that's true.
But I wanted to talk about the baby boomers because I feel sorry for them. I really do. And of course, they're not guiltless. I just think that there's a lot happening really fast. And, I'm watching it with my own parents and people in my family. And on one hand, I'm disgusted with some of the things that they've decided to do and how they behave and what they think about and all of that stuff. And it's all the typical stuff. I don't need to get into that. On the other hand, I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. Like, you grew up in a simulation that is falling apart. But so I found this video, actually. It's called The Expected Downfall of the Baby Boomers. And I'm going to skip a little bit of it because it describes what you already did. They got the freaking best deal ever.
Yeah.
We make jokes about how they got a house for a bag of grapes.
Yeah.
They were told they were the greatest thing on the planet, except for their parents, of course, who are the greatest generation, and they could never live up to that, right?
Yes, but unlike their parents, who actually suffered the scourge of war, right? They had all of the pumped up pomp and circumstance as though they had won the war without actually experiencing it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Totally. So I'm going to start it here then, because we already talked about how good it was. Let's talk about what happened a little bit. And then I'm going to get into my Bible verse, and then we can probably talk for another 20 minutes about that. So here we go.
A catch. While they were working, they were also quietly redesigning the system around them. The banks, let's deregulate them. Those safety nets, let's privatize them. Yet the market decide, they all cheer. They really love the free market, Let's cut some costs, increase some margins. Let's remove anything that doesn't generate me a profit. And it worked beautifully. Until the moment they become the cost. Because now, it's 2026. And the oldest boomers are pushing 80. That machine that spent decades optimizing has found the next target.
You know how much I sacrificed?
It's not looking for workers anymore. It's looking for assets. And unfortunately, they are the assets. Let's talk about what a nursing home actually is now. If you're imagining bingo nights and soft music,
where's everyone going? Bingo?
That's adorable. In 2026, a nursing home is a financial instrument. It's owned by something called a real estate investment trust.
I own you. You're my bitch.
Which is a very polite way of saying, this building here exists to extract as many money as possible from the people inside it. Private equity firms have been buying these places in bulk. Not because they care about elderly care, but because they care about predictable, long-term cash flow. Old people don't unsubscribe, And here's where it gets interesting. These companies don't manage care the way you think. They optimize it. They track everything. Staffing levels, food cost, how many minutes a nurse spends in a room, how many supplies get used per resident, not to improve quality, but to find the exact point where they can cut costs without breaking the rules.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
But sometimes they do.
Oh, come on!
Which is why every few months another scandal leaks out.
Those idiots don't even know where we live.
Understaffing, neglect, facilities running on skeleton crews, because it raises profit margins by 3%.
Can you believe it?
That's the difference between dignity and disaster. Just 3%.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
I mean, there's an irony in this, isn't there?
Can I just point out that this guy, he hasn't even mentioned mass immigration.
No.
Right? So
No.
I don't know what this is like in the US, but in the UK, as I was saying before, a significant number of these migrants are being given jobs in care homes to look after elderly boomers. And they frequently do not speak English. A lot of them are like from war zones. A lot of them do not share their religion. And a lot of them have absolutely like fake degrees. So you can imagine like what a hellscape like a modern nursing home can be. Honestly, I mean, like that is not how I want to fucking end my life, man. Like, you know,
no.
Oh my God.
And this is the point I want to get to a little bit, is like, this is all terrible, of course. But I mean, imagine spending your entire life making every decision. Generally speaking, not all boomers, okay? All right? We're talking about the generation. I can say funny things about millennials all day long. We're quirk chunguses and we like sex jokes on our food menus. Like that, I can say there's generalities I can make that are just funny, okay? One generality I can make about the boomer generation is not everything, but pretty much everything came down to one thing. What's it going to cost? How much money is it? It's a financial decision. Everything that they did. Yeah. Well, yeah. Did you want to add something?
Well, I mean, just that I don't think it's a coincidence that the rise of this idea that literally everything in society is mediated through money also parallels the rise in influence of a certain ethnic group that you can get in real trouble for like talking about.
Yeah, I mean, the part I wanted to get to here at the end, but I just don't think we're gonna have time to talk about any of it, was the interview Tucker did with the theologian guy about dispensationalism. Okay, so maybe we do something else about this later. This is one of the most important things I think I've ever heard, because this philosophy captured boomers perfectly. It has everything. But the thing that I noticed about this, talking about apocalypticism in dispensationalism, is that it has the boomer motto built into it. Well, I won't be around to see it.
Yeah.
Perfect. And of course they identify with this country because they think like this country. And I think that's what's changing.
But also, you have to chart the rise of sort of the early form of anti-racism, right? Which started with the idea that all whites are individuals, right? Other groups, although, you know, again, before mass migration, it wasn't as much of a thing. But you know, let's take the Moos, for example, right, as a readily available sort of the first minority group. They are allowed to like be a group and look at themselves as a collective. All the whites are meant to be individuals. Did you notice the weird boomer trend that suddenly like popped up where they kick all of their kids out of like the house at 18, regardless of like what's going on with them?
Yep.
And they just fling them out into the world. Be like, fly and be free in a world like, you know, swimming in drugs and pornography and like, you know, all of the horror. You'll work it out. You'll work it out, right? This didn't happen to them. Right, their parents didn't do this, right? But this was the idea, right? And again, I don't believe they came up with this idea themselves, right? This whole idea was like forced onto them, you know, much like the resurgence of circumcision, for example.
Yes,
right. So like when I was growing up in Australia, like 80% of males were circumcised, and when I asked my parents, like, you know, why? They were just like, oh, you know, it was just the done thing. You know, the doctor said it was good for you. No. And that's basically the sort of environment they existed in because they still trusted the system.
Yeah.
But at this point, the system had been basically like co-opted. It didn't really occur to them to question any of these things. Like this has changed now because, you know, the system has delivered such horrible results. But back then the system was like mostly like working fine, right? I mean, after all, the system won World War II, right? The free market was going to deliver untold benefits, all this kind of other stuff. There wasn't really any point.
Dude, exactly. They did it because that's what was done. And now we don't live in a world where it makes sense to do that anymore. But I still think that attitude of I won't be here, it's not my problem, that's going to be for you to resolve yourself, young millennial.
Well, yes, because the idea that you should care too much about your kids, right, is sort of like the early form of white supremacy, if you think about it. Okay, right? So this idea that you, white person, you have like a clan, right? Like a family, right? Like a tight ethnic group. Well, that's what caused World War II, don't you know? Yeah. Right? So no one wants to really be associated with that, right? In the new free market world, we're all individuals, right? Designed to maximize happiness and economic output. I mean, we covered this on cloud-based life forms a little bit with the Esalen Center, right? Like, you don't need God, right? That your purpose on the earth is to maximize your happiness through endless hedonism and degeneracy. And now the results are all around us.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I knew you were going to knock this out of the park. It's exactly right. Man, it's dark though, right? It's a little bit dark. Listen to me understating the situation. That's your job.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to overstate the situation as an American. You're supposed to understate the situation, right?
This isn't quite as jaunty as your usual episode of CGC, is it?
No, but the second half is for this kind of thing.
Quick, Aaron. What's the new potato chip? Ridiculous potato chip flavor.
I'm sorry, there isn't one.
Oh no. We have reached the end of history. There are no more amusing potato chip flavors.
Wait, maybe I can hit a funny button. Hold on. Wait. Hang on.
I see you brought your own cuck chair.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. So let's get into this. What was it you wanted to play me from the? Oh no! Wait. Okay. So are we going to the Christian Zionism thing?
No, we're not. We're not going to have time for it. So here's what I would recommend to the listeners. Right. So I would recommend the first 20 minutes of this, because this guy explains the history, the theology, and whatever of dispensationalism, which we talked about many times on the show, and why it's the exact perfect Christian heresy for this generation, so to speak. Yeah. What I wanted to get to with this is beyond the nursing home thing. It's the great wealth transfer, right? A lot of people are saying that how much wealth do boomers hold? It's something like
it's a lot.
It's like 70%.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot of freaking money, right?
Yeah, but this is not unusual, right? Like, this is what the problem is, that property cannot be inflated because you can't print stuff. You can only print money. Okay. So inflation tends to hit like fast moving goods much more than stable goods, right? So this is the trope. Like you said, you bought your house for like a bunch of grapes, right? And like, 40 years later, it's worth like, $100 million or whatever, because the population has like massively increased and they haven't been like building new houses, because it's more, you make more money through financial trickery, through like a real estate investment trust or private equity, by like, finagling the stock that's actually there. And I think these two things are like interrelated. If the West still had an idea of a people and a continuation, then there would be this big focus on building more cities, building like houses for your kids, all this kind of other stuff. But because we're all individuals, who gives a shit, right?
Right. Yeah. And I see, what I see with the boomers around me is gigantic houses, classic cars, and cruises and resorts.
They do love their cruises. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see a lot of money being spent on basically, I got to get mine, right? Like that's a common thing. It's like, I got mine, right?
Yeah.
this is a degenerate attitude to have toward the future. And that actually brings in the Bible. You want to read the Bible with me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Sure. I have an angelic choir to go with this.
Nice.
I'll turn it down real low so everyone can hear me over it. But we like the Bible around here on CTC. And that may be cringe to you because maybe you're an atheist. That's okay. There's still some wisdom in there. I used to be an atheist too, but I got better. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, so this is from Jesus himself, and I've picked the Dewey Reams translation because Catholics like that, and I like Catholics. This is Luke 12, 13 through 21. And one of the multitude said to him, Master, speak to my brother, that he divide the inheritance with me. But he said to him, Man, who hath appointed me judge or divider over you? And he said to them, Take heed and beware of all covetousness, for a man's life doth not consist in the abundance of things which he possesseth. And he spoke a similitude or a parable to them, saying, The land of a certain rich man brought forth plenty of fruits. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, This I will do. I will pull down my barns, and I will build greater, and into them I will gather all things that are grown to me, and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thy rest, eat, drink, and make good cheer. But God said to him, Thou fool, this night do they require thy soul of thee, and whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward God. Now, in colloquial English, what it's saying is, the boomer in the story had such a bumper crop, he said, well, instead of filling the barns that I have and being satisfied, I'm going to build bigger barns and fill those. And then I'm just going to go on a cruise.
Yeah.
And then what happens in the story? God comes to him and says, Thou fool, tonight your life will be required of you, and who's going to get all that shit? I'm sure the Holy Spirit didn't say shit, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. It's like, one of the things that you see is, it's not going to be my problem. I might as well enjoy myself. I assume the implication is that if you have extra stuff, you spread it around and you help people out, right?
Or at the very, very least, like figure out how it's going to go to your children.
Exactly. It's
right.
The whole story starts with the question of inheritance. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But we don't see that.
No.
And that's what's disappointing.
he goes on a cruise. Yes. I will take the Carnival Line cruise to Jamaica. And God said to him, You fool. There will be a norovirus outbreak on the cruise ship, and verily you will poop yourself unto death. And then what will come of your, stuff that you have laid away?
Yeah, exactly. Thou fool. Thou should have taken the private line. No, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, Jesus talks about this, and I think it's really important. Is like, oh yeah, so like, what good did it do you? Because you don't know when the hour comes, right?
Yep.
And I think that's part of the disturbing thing about the boomers around me is they haven't had to think about it yet, and now it's finally starting to happen. They're starting to falter a little bit.
Right, but think about the basic sort of shift in attitude that happened in World War I and World War II. Okay. So before the World Wars, the basic state of everyone was nationalism. Okay. You had that people was like in the country, and you kept fucking foreigners out. Okay. This was just like the way it was. Okay. You had before the Hart-Celler Act in America, before the death of the White Australia policy in Australia, this was just perfectly natural, right? A nation existed to look after the people in that nation. Those people in that nation were like a certain race or ethnicity, and you did things for those people. You didn't do them for like the Chinese or the Pakistani or whatever, right? And then World War II came along, and in the aftermath, it was told to everyone that the reason why we had World War II was nationalism. I think this can be like highly debated personally, right? But that is what they said, and that's what everyone believed. Okay, and the antidote to nationalism, right, was capitalism, was atomization, right? You don't, if you have a tight family group, you might feud with another tight family group, and you'll notice, right, like there was a ton of like propaganda like this, right? Like to have a tight family group was what hillbillies did and what the lower class did, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I have to interrupt. That's what the Hatfields and McCoys thing is.
Yes,
it's even got a theme park, dude. Sorry.
Yep. Romeo and Juliet came back into prominence around this period, right? They're like, you notice, there are some of Shakespeare's plays that they like to push, and some that they don't, right? So like no one mentions The Merchant of Venice, for example, right? But everyone's heard of Romeo and Juliet, right? Mm-hmm. And so because of this idea, right, you then got the nuclear family, and then after the nuclear family, you got the individual, where you just, you don't even really need to have kids at all. Like, why would you? I mean, everything's so terrible, the Earth's going to die anyway. Have you heard of climate change? And nah. And again, it's like Mao and the Sparrows, where, you just get like a whole bunch of like Pakistanis, like just running around, like beating the trees so that the sparrows can't ever like sit down and get a moment of peace to like mate. And if they do mate, like you kill their young.
Exactly. I mean, it's a really insidious trap, no doubt. But I don't think boomers are so much in the dark about this as they are covering their own eyes. They don't want to know because they had Woodstock and Stevie Nicks.
I don't know if they can know, right? I think that there is a case to be made that if you psyop someone or a society, right, so completely, and they grow up entirely inside that psyop, after a certain age, it can't really be undone. Because I'm sure certain exceptional individuals with like immense mental fortitude could do it. I'm not saying everyone, but generally speaking, you would have to unmake so many assumptions about how the world works. Like it would just be, and mind you, there are a lot of people, by the way, just out there walking around who have never had their entire view of reality shattered even once.
Yeah.
Right. I'm on my like fifth, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Right. So like I am unusual. Like, the first time is always the hardest. Okay. Right. I'm unusually flexible in this regard. You know what I mean? Right. But I know people who they inhabit more or less the same reality framing that they've had since childhood. Yes. And the longer you go without having like, a dark night of the soul, or have your fundamental assumptions like questioned, the harder it is to do it.
Man, you stopped at exactly the wrong time because I was pulling up a text I sent a friend. We were both bitching back and forth about boomers at the grocery store. I said, what did I say here? I said, when you're around rich boomers, broke is all get out, but thanking God for the struggle because it grew you up instead of allowing you to remain a mental 12-year-old at 85.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah. Now, I know that's dark, but I didn't bring you on to talk about just nothing. We had to trick everyone with all the slop up front.
See that's how you get them. You know what I mean, right? You do all the like slop at the front half.
Yeah, we just psyoped you.
Them in. To the mind cleanse in the back half.
We psyop them into reading the Bible with us on a comedy podcast.
That's right. You thought you were here for slop, but you've actually learned something now. I bet you feel stupid now, don't you?
I really wish we could do this one. I mean, I don't know if you have covered any of this, but
oh yeah, we did like the first 15 minutes on Artie and Fist.
Oh man, I scrubbed through it to make sure you hadn't, but I missed it. I must have missed it.
No, it's fine. It bears repeating. Dispensationalism is such a core part of America in particular. I think it bears being like covered more than once, quite frankly.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know for me, I just thought that was what Christianity was because that was all I knew. How about a funny one? Here we go. This is a classic iFunny post. There's very few of these in the CTC library, but you should feel special because I very rarely do them. iFunny was where I got radicalized.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of the Gen Z guys are like, yeah, it was Instagram for me. And I'm like, what? iFunny was where it was at. But this one's just for laughs.
Look, children, it's Timmy the Dinosaur. Mr. Timmy, no, why and when...
I have a question for you, Samuel. If my tax dollars are used to buy the weapons of foreign war crimes, am I therefore complicit?
No?
Let's hope God is as merciful as you, Samuel.
Holy shit, that is fucking awesome. That would be an awkward bedtime conversation. Right, child, just throw that on the Mommy, do my tax dollars go to fund foreign wars? Don't be silly, Timmy. You don't pay tax yet. But one day
you will be just like the rest of us. Did you ever read Calvin and Hobbes?
Not really. I've seen a few on the internet. But no.
He's like so the character is this little kid, but he has this huge vocabulary and he thinks big thoughts and stuff, which unusual for a 6-year-old. Anyway, it's sort of like Dagwood with his big sandwich, except it's, But he asked his dad one time, he goes, "Hey Dad, how does soldiers killing each other in wars solve the world's problems?" And his dad just looks off in the distance and that's it. That's the comic.
Woof.
Yeah.
Grim.
It's kind of but that's the thing. Is like I remember asking that. Like when I was a kid, you want to hear a question I asked about war?
No, but look, he's asking the wrong question, right? He's like, how does soldiers killing each other solve the bankers' problems?
Yeah.
Well, Timmy, it all started in Germany in the 16th century.
It's horrifying that it does go back that far and even farther.
In a little house in Hamburg.
The question I asked my mom, I remember, I was like, why don't they just play a big game of soccer? And like the winner is the winner of the war. And she just goes, "Son, it just doesn't work that way." And I said, "Mom, if I was in a war, I know what I'd do. I'd let the enemy surround me, and then I'd stand up with a big machine gun and just shoot in a circle, and they'd all be dead." She goes, "Yes, honey."
I just imagining you as like a 6-year-old with like a 50 BMG, right? Like just trying to like belt fed.
I'll never forget that conversation because even though I was like 5 or 6, it stuck with me because I was like, what is the answer? Why can't we have a soccer game? And all I remember is her saying, "Yes, honey," and then turning on the rock polishing machine. Oh, boy.
Enough of your stupid questions for tonight.
Soon there will be nice, smooth, shiny rocks coming out of this very loud machine in the basement.
Yeah. You can't have world peace, but look at this shiny rock.
Yeah, but hey, that's whoa. All right, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Clowntown Chronicle. It was a pleasure having you, Mr. Newsfist.
Oh, it was a pleasure to be here, mate. Thank you so much for inviting me. I do hope I can come back. Hello to all the viewers. If you're like out there listening, if any of you like haven't caught any of my content, you can find me at Newsfist on YouTube, and I do a show with Rhetorically Defective. It's called Artie and Fist, and of course, the Salubrious, the highly lubricated and alien-sponsored clown-based life forms every week at Thursday on Thursday at when do we go live? Is it
5 Eastern?
5 Eastern? 6 Eastern? Oh my god, I can't remember. I really should know this.
That's terrible. Scratch that.
I'm existing in multiple time zones. is the problem, man, right? Because I'm like traveling, so like my time zone sense is like all messed up. But look, just go to YouTube, plug in Newsfist. You can actually find me there now, right? Ignore the Sri Lankan news channel. And you can get more of Aaron, right? And everybody loves to listen to more of Aaron, right? You can't get more Aaron than listening to Aaron, right? So come on over. We're fun, you know?
Yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us on this episode of the Clowntown Chronicle. We hope to see you next time on Clown-Based Life Forms and next time on CTC.
Nice to talk with you.
Have a great week, everybody.
We'll miss you.
Good night.
But we'll see you next Monday.
Then there is this massive homosexual.
Episode 1, me in a closet, talking to a houseplant, 'cause it's all I've got. Mic on a shoebox, chair from the curb, I say roll the ad, but then English if we had no donors, no patrons at all, we'd mime the episodes on a strip mall wall. Every soundboard effect is just a dial-up tone, and the credits just say, made by me all alone. So here's to the legends who keep this thing strange. You upgraded our closet to a room and some chains, 'cause life's pretty grim in the bargain bin zone. But with you weird heroes, we are slightly less